Today, my solemn friends, we have a almost impossible challenge. We're gonna take all of NF's music, we're gonna pick the top 7 best songs, and then we're gonna rank those in order from 7 to 1. I'm not sure it's possible, except I actually already did it, and I'm gonna share what I did now, so let me explain. Hey everybody, I'm Clifford Stumby, the pop song professor. Welcome to my channel where we make English class awesome by explaining and sometimes roasting song lyrics on school days. And today we are talking about NF's 7 best songs. But a quick question for you, because today's video is sponsored by the How to Write Lyrics Like NF course. So yes, I am sponsoring my own video. That's how it works. 3 questions for you. Do you like NF? Do you write song lyrics? And do you have $23 to spare? If the answer to all 3 of those questions is yes, check out the How to Write Lyrics Like NF course, where you will learn how NF uses rhyme schemes, what kind of rhymes he uses, how he tells a story, how he balances message and rhymes, how he overcomes self-consciousness, all sorts of good stuff. 10 lessons, 10 prompts to break writer's block, and a Discord community to share your prompts with other people going through the course. We already have like 15 people signed up for this course. And at midnight tonight, it goes from the $23 early bird price to $37. Now, I don't know about you guys. I got $23 to spend, but I don't have 37. So today's your last chance. Be sure to sign up. Link in the description down below. Of course, if you're watching this tomorrow, you know, $37 is a pretty reasonable price too, right? All right, so let's first talk about the honorable mentions. We got 4 songs here in the honorable mentions. Number 1, intro 3. I think it's probably the best intro. It does a really good job of telling a story. It's a song that I actually use as an example a lot in the How to Write Lyrics Like NF course. Link in the description. But he does a really, really good job. It's him talking to his fear and kind of them both talking about, you know, what are we gonna do for this next album? Who's gonna be in charge, NF or the fear? GRINDIN is pretty intense, and I put it up there because it's one of his, you know, poetic lyrical masterpieces. He just does such a good job with the rhymes and everything, and it is super intense. It's worth listening to. OUTCAST is kind of him talking about his relationship to the industry on the Perception album, so we get a lot of development of him as an artist and how he presents himself compared to other people, and I think it's a little bit more nuanced and a little bit better put together than a song like Real from an earlier album. I think it feels a little bit more mature, but it's nonetheless still very well done. And then we have Real, because it also is a really good song, and this line in particular. That nurse came into my room, she told me I'm sick in the head. I'm in hip-hop's hospital bed with a pad and a pen and a brace on my neck. They told me that I'm never leaving. Why? I'm as ill as it gets. And yeah, that's super clever. I really like that line. It's, oh my gosh, that's so fun. Also, yeah, mad respect, of course, but yeah, that's really clever. Okay, let's jump into the actual list here. Number 7 is, and this will probably be the most controversial one on this list, honestly, 10 Feet Down. Listen to this line here. Yeah, I know the person in the mirror is not a perfect one. I look at him every day and think he's not enough. So this song is not the chillest song that NF has ever written, but it's also not the most intense. But despite the fact that like he really seems to get vulnerable and emotional when he either gets super intense or super sad, particularly when he gets super sad. But despite that, it felt like it was kind of a middle of the road song that did a really good job of giving kind of his perspective and a little bit of description about who he was. And it just felt like really talented and quality self-sharing without necessarily feeling like he has to go out there and prove something. And we get this for sure vulnerability. I know the person in the mirror is not a perfect one, and I think he's not enough. Like, that doesn't get more real than that, right? Number 6 on my list is Paralyzed. Okay, I don't know what that was, I'm sorry. On Paralyzed, he says, I'm paralyzed, where are my feelings? I no longer feel things I know I should. I'm paralyzed, where is the real me? I'm lost and it kills me inside, I'm paralyzed. And I picked this song not only because Paralyzed is just overall super good. Really, I don't know, one of the most relatable songs on any of his albums for sure. It's one of the quieter ones too, which is saying something, because I feel like NF really shines when he's being kind of loud. Though, you know, maybe I would kind of take that back. I feel like he has to be loud and like that's his persona, but then when he does strip it back and he gets a little bit calmer, it usually just like hits you, right? And I think Paralyzed is one of those, and the part that I just quoted is actually one of the hooks, and NF's strength is not usually his hooks. Usually it's the rap verses, like it is with most rappers, but it's a real testament to his skill that he did put this hook together and that it summed things up so well. He doesn't over rhyme, he doesn't try to prove prove anything. He just says what he feels, and I think that's a really big strength of NF is when he says, all right, it's time to put the bravado away. We're gonna talk about something real here. Like, people shut up and listen because he says stuff well. Next up is his wonderful song at number 5, Why? Why, you might ask? Well, I'm glad you did, because listen to this. Okay, sorry. Yeah, what's your definition of success? I don't trust the thoughts that come inside my head. Woo! I don't trust this thing that beats inside my chest. Who am I and who I want to be cannot connect. Why? Megan, who helped me put this video together, requested that I shot at least one NF. Woo! So that's your woo. Can we get a woo in the chat for Megan and for NF and for the world and whatever else? Just, you know, woo for something, guys. But yeah, Why is it's again, it's, you know, all of these songs are NF at his best, but Why in particular is really good because he's a little bit more intense with it. The rhymes are really, really well put together, and he does this thing called monorhyme where you can watch my Why deconstructed video where I explain all of that, but basically he does some really, really impressive rhyming, and it's really good, while still like putting forth like, not necessarily philosophical questions all the time, sometimes he gets towards that, but very like personal, deep questions like, I have all this money, but I'm not always happy. Why? You know, I've got something that I want, but it doesn't always work out. Why? And he just like keeps pointing out these like things that should be positives but that feel negative and that a lot of us can identify with, except for maybe the having lots of money one. And then he just asks why, and that's the big question, and it leaves us asking why, and it's a really good song. Next up at number 4 is probably, actually no, I think it is his most popular song of all time. Now, it may not be the most popular with his quote-unquote true fans or whatever, but it's his most popular around the world with everybody, and it's for good reason, because Let You Down is a good song. So Let You Down, he sings, yeah, I guess I'm a disappointment. Now listen to what he's doing on the rhyming here, and then we'll kind of talk about the meaning, but like the rhyming is solid. Anytime you have a song by a rapper where the rhyming is good and the message is good, you've got a song you've got to take seriously, and Let You Down is one of those. Yeah, I guess I'm a disappointment, doing everything I can. I don't want to make you disappointed, it's annoying. I just want to make you feel everything I ever do was never trying to make an issue for you, but I guess the more you thought about everything, you were never even wrong in the first place, right? Yeah, I'ma just ignore you. Woo! It's good because this song has so many, like, it does such a good job of balancing the angry emotions while also including like the sad emotions, and that's something that NF does really, really well, and that I wish more writers would do. This ability to look at an issue from all perspectives in the same song, instead of being like, this song's about getting hype, this song's about like suicidal depression, this song's about, you know, just having a normal day. Like, no, NF like mixes it in with Let You Down, and it's really good while rhyming well the whole time. At number 3, we have, and you probably guessed it, Therapy Session, for 2 big reasons. It's hype, it's great, the lyrics are awesome, and it carries a message. It's the theme song basically for the Therapy Session album, and he does 2 things on this album. Number 1, he talks about kids coming to him who have their problems, and so this therapy session, he's kind of like making it clear how it's a therapy session for his listeners, but he also talks about how it's a therapy session for himself. So he gives lots of examples of kids coming up to him after the show and talking to him and, you know, saying that he's the reason that they're alive, etc. But he says this in particular about himself: I put it all in the open. This is the way that I cope with all my emotion. I'm taking pictures with thousands of people, but honestly I feel like nobody knows me. I'm trying to deal with depression, I'm trying to deal with the pressure. How you gonna tell me my music does not have a message when I'm looking out at this crowd full of people I know I affected? Yeah. That's really good stuff. I mean, it's not that like he's saying something super deep right there, but I think it's really, really good. Well, no, he is saying something deep because he's talking about his own issues, and he's kind of, it feels like, if we can kind of go back to English class for a second, it feels like the thesis statement for his album, for all of his music, in fact. Like, it's about sharing his struggles, it's about the therapy session that music is for him, but it's, you know, NF is somebody who, if you took away the audience, his music just wouldn't be as much of a purpose. There are some artists out there that just make something beautiful and it just floats around. Without the audience, I don't know if NF would keep going, right? Like, he talks about how the music is really important to him, but I think he has such a heart for the people who listen to him. I think that's like a huge part of the point for him. And this song really lays that all out in just excellent fashion. At number 2, we have Mansion. Okay, so Mansion is a really, really good song where he basically personifies all of his insecurities, fears, struggles, everything as a house, and he kind of goes through the house and introduces us to the different parts of it, and it's very like soul bearing, and it's really well done as well. If you want to see a further explanation of it, I'll have that on the side over here along with another video. But he says here, yo, my mind is a house with walls covered in lyrics. They're all over the place, these songs in the mirrors, written all over the floors, all over the chairs, and you get the uncut version of life when I go downstairs. And then later on, you know, my mind is a house with walls covered in pain. See, my problem is I don't fix things, I just try to repaint, cover them up like it never happened, say I wish I could change. Just excellent metaphor building, great lyricism, great message, and he goes into a lot of deeper, you know, clearer examples about specific rooms that mean something to him. Pause the video as soon as I tell you what to do, and I want you to go guess what number 1 is, all right? Go guess, and then you can edit your comment or reply to your own comment and let everybody know whether you got it right or not. But number 1, okay, this is when you pause, go comment, all right. Now you unpause, great. Number 1 is none other than How Could You Leave Us. That song is lit, but not in the like, you know, hype, we gotta dance and party to it, but like philosophically, thought-provokingly lit. Listen to these lyrics, guys. He's talking to his mom. Like, I think the basic idea of the song is that he's talking to his mom the whole time. He says, I don't get it, Mom. Don't you want to watch your babies grow? I guess pills are more important. All you have to say is no, but you won't do it, will you? You won't keep popping until them pills kill you. And then later on, he says, I got this picture in my room and it kills me, but I don't need a picture of my mom. I need the real thing. Now, a relationship is something we won't ever have, but why do I feel like I lost something that I never had? So much of NF's music comes back to his relationship with his mom and with different relatives. He's obviously like a very like family-oriented person, and unfortunately for him, a lot of the times his family just hasn't been there for him, and that's exactly what this song is about. It's one of the most powerful things I've ever heard. If you haven't listened to this song, How Could You Leave Us, you like need to go listen to the song. It's really good. And that, and the lyricism, the message, all that good stuff, is there's the soul sharing, the vulnerability, the honesty, the realism, the emotion, the power. That is why this song is at number 1, guys. Whew, we made it. Don't forget to go check out the How to Write Lyrics Like NF course down below, guys. You will not regret it, guys, if you are a lyric writer and if you like NF. There's a ton to learn from this guy. So much just greatness in his lyrics, and I hope that it's helpful to you. Don't forget to check out these videos, and thanks for watching.